Victor, do you know approximately what was the target or how it worked?
The team wars itself.
Exactly.
I'm actually also not sure how it worked. So
Okay, so
I think the members were playing here and they were earning points by how many wins they had. I think.
exactly.
The
I think
members.
that's something that is common in America. I will explain it shortly. Each team was able to send 3 players into the tournament, and the player or the teams with the most points, like you explained it, like we had some formula to calculate everything. They're now playing the 2 best teams for pretty exciting shirts that they can create themselves, so real sport shirts for their team, which is a pretty cool thing in my opinion. And we will see Michael D apparently
Yeah, Michael D. It is.
against Max F.
I know what Michael is playing. He's playing Invoked. I think it's with Wind Witches and Artifacts. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what Max is playing.
Not sure on that. I'm
It's gonna
probably
be
sure that no, I think we talked a few minutes ago and he told something. He played in the main event Metal Fosu, so I think they can start now, or they're going to start now.
I think this is gonna be one of the most, yeah, funniest and exciting duels here because Michael is not that experienced with his deck.
So we will see if that will be a disadvantage for him or not.
I think we're seeing.
Yeah, it looks like Metal
It
Fosu.
looks like Metal Foes, but did he like drew like one playset of 1 card?
I saw a Bow Baboon in his hand as well, so start looks pretty good for Max.
Just getting the Terror Top place going. It's Barrel Baboon. I think it's Wolf Flame.
So he drew scales and everything. Like the hand is awesome.
He has an amazing starting hand. We don't know what Michael has in his hand. I think he drew a Summoner's Art, which he's directly also firing and getting himself a Wolf Flame to destroy the Bow Baboon to get his deck even more going. He's getting now 2 more copies of Bow Baboon and a Metal Foes counter for the next turn. And let's see what he's going to draw with the other 2 copies of Bow Baboon here.
I mean, we're going to see now like the standard Suka mode that Metal is capable of doing.
He drew, I think, a Terror Top and put it back again.
I mean,
and
there's like nothing he can draw that would make his hand even better than what it is already.
Yeah. So with the Bow Baboons, I think he's gonna do make the Invoker, and I think with the other 2 guys, he's gonna make the Totem Bird.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're gonna see Redbeard coming down. Overlaying Target Mortar.
And unfortunately for Michael, he doesn't have any hand traps.
It doesn't look like it. What might be the field he's gonna end now on? I think it's Totem Bird plus what, Drancier and
Emerald, and probably well, it depends on his draw. At least 1 Metal monster that he can Pendulum summon. If he draws 1 Pendulum monster anywhere, he could end on a Mithrilium with some back row.
So I don't think that board wipes will help him here, especially since Totem Bird can negate 1 of them. But we don't know exactly what Michael is playing. Maybe he has Kaijus there, we don't know. So we have the first Emerald here.
Well, I think with the normal sheep or the normal combo, you only go into 1. So he decided to
shuffling all the 3 Bow Baboons back.
Okay, that's interesting. Didn't see that often because normally players are sending back Invoker and the 2 Zodiac XYZs.
Maybe he is playing more Zodiacs in his extra deck than the other Metal Folk players, and he's comfortable with shuffling back the 3 Bow Baboons.
So he has now in hand a Maxi
Gold
and
Driver, I think a Steelen, a Wolflame.
or was it the Bismugear? I'm not sure. Thought he had a Bismugear. Probably he put it back into the deck with one of his toads, his baboons. My bad. So
No, I think this is Bismugear. The other one might be Bismugears actually. So he's cycling now through all his Metal Foe spell and traps here. Getting also the quick play fusion, full Metal Foes, fusion to maybe interrupt some plays with Alcahest.
So he has Bismugear and a low scale. So he goes into Totem Bird now. Depends summoning back the two Wolframes. Probably destroying with Gold Driver Steel. Okay, he leaves it like that.
So we have, I think, what is the hand? He has the field spell, Terraforming. I think, is it a Sanctum?
2 Invocation.
Oh wow, yeah.
A Storming Mirror Force and another trap card, which I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know if he plays 3 of the Invocations, because otherwise the Alistair is not even gonna search anything.
Well, the thing is, well, he knows the back row, so yeah, it's kind of sad for Michael at this point. What he could do is, of course, trying to use Invocation in order to force. No, well, he can't negate with Totem Bird Invocation.
No, he can't. He can't respond to it, but he could just destroy. He could have destroyed the field spell directly with Drancy, because it can only be activated once per turn from the hand. So then he would be able to negate something with Totem Bird. So what's the other trap? Is it a barrier or is it like a Sanctum? I'm not sure.
So he's checking the graveyard for the attributes for the invocation. Unfortunately, there is no Fire Fusion possible, because that's one of the ways you deal with Metal Foes normally, by OTK them
through
the
like
whole
the entire board,
field.
because even Metal Foe's counter won't save them. He's dealing piercing damage and destroying like everything he's gonna get out. So he's reading. I think he actually has a Purgatrio right now in front of him, the Fire Fusion.
No,
oh no, it's the dark one. It's a dark one. Yes, it's level 4. What does he have in the graveyard? I think the Broadballist Earth. What else does he have?
Yes, the sheep and 3 dark monster, 3 earth monsters.
Yes. So he doesn't have that many options. Especially, I don't think that the dark one is that great. He's directly using it from its hand.
I think that's correct.
Yeah,
to
because
do so.
He can use it twice then.
Yeah.
I think maybe he's gonna go for Magalanica here for the raw damage beat stick,
which isn't that great if you take in conclusion that we have a set full Metal Foe fusion and it runs your own field.
Yes. He can't summon Mechaba here. There's the Magalanica.
So he's now reading if he can already use the card, but that's
not the case.
Not possible.
He would have to fusion summon now once again with the other invocation.
And it is indeed a barrier.
It's a barrier? The field is already too huge. He has so many beat sticks and several season monsters which can negate the barrier as well. And he has, I think, 2 counters and one full Metal Foes fusion. So I think he can interrupt any plays that Michael's going to do. So he's going to destroy it with Drazia. And I think we're going to see him in phase 2, set 2. Is he going to use his fusion card? He's opting not to do. I think you can activate multiples from the hand. You just can't use the graveyard effect once per turn.
Yeah, but I like that actually. Or now, basically, I would actually just let Max do everything, then in battle phase, like using Storming Mirror Force and chain the barrier on
and then
Totem
to
Bird.
get rid of like the entire field.
Exactly.
So maybe Max will find himself now comfortable. And the cool thing about the Storming Mirror Force is it won't trigger any of the counters. So, of course, you will still have the Pendulum Summon main phase 2, but at least you will get rid of like 3 monsters right here and there.
Well, it also depends what Max is trying to do at this point.
What can he do here? He can go for another Drancy, of course. Oh, he's going all in here. Everything in attack mode. Or not? Maybe he's contemplating to put another Broad Bull over it. I don't think that he's playing free. Is he playing free in Metal Flows?
I'm not sure if it's correct to use at this point barrier.
It might be. It might be still okay when he's using the Totem Bird to negate it. He can still bounce the entire field.
Yeah, but why he didn't choose to use it immediately on the Emerald at the beginning?
That's true. So,
well, at least, yeah. Well, he's pretty likely to run into Storming Mirror Force at his face down.
I think so. I don't think that he's smelling any Mirror Force.
But the problem is, it doesn't solve any problems for Michael because the Pendulum Summon of Wolframes is already that huge, and he would have troubles to get back.
Much better. It would be much better if you would have a Drowning Mirror Force face down. That would change a lot.
Yeah.
That would entirely get rid of the field and get him down on resources.
So he starts the normal Metal Foe Fusion.
I think he's gonna trigger one counter on this destruction, I think, to get another monster from his deck.
Exactly. So he goes afterwards into Mithrilium, shuffling back to the counter and probably the fusion from the graveyard, and bouncing the face down card and go for game.
Yeah. Just gonna go save this route.
Could even imagine that he's using one of his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, Bismugear. I think he didn't have enough Metal Foes cards in the graveyard till now.
He would have had fusion and counter.
Oh. Yeah, you rather mix shuffle back, not your fusion, rather another monster and the counter. So yeah, now he's getting back his Mirror
He's
Force.
going to attack, and as it's not enough, he's going to use
Whiptail in the damage.
Or is it enough with the Whiptail? Looks like that.
Looks like that.
Yeah.
So that was pretty quick. The opening of Max was pretty huge. He had like everything.
Just a normal thing Metal Foe is doing. Are they still playing the other semi-final?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
When I was there, it was 1-1. So it's pretty intense over there. So what are they gonna side? Gonna be interesting to see what Michael's gonna do. I think he's gonna go first.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know how strong is the Crystal Wing and Destructible Crystal Wing against Metal Foes itself.
I mean, it's alright because now that Kirin is gone, there aren't that many outs on it anymore.
They have to jump through hoops with Mithrilium or something else to get it off the field. So
like Mithrilium, then probably something with a Whiptail, and yeah, pretty complicated. However, you don't lose any resources in Metal Foe. I mean, if he negates a Mithrilium, you just get back like another Pendulum monster, so no problem there. So yeah.
What I like on Michael's side is when he's playing the entire Artifact engine, when he's starting with a Sanctum, he can just completely shut down the Max deck because you won't be able to do anything. No fusions, no Pendulum summons, and no XC summons as well, with one Sanctum.
There you have to pay attention because Scythe is pretty good, but there's something that he can do, and that's Pendulum summon from the hand. And from time to time, if you're knowing your opponent is playing artifacts, you try to not like just cycle through all your spell traps, but rather have like a Wolfram left in hand that you can still Pendulum summon to get rid of the Scythe.
Yeah.
So we will see what Max is trying to do against the opening of Michael.
And we have to see how solid the opening of Michael will be.
Of course, yeah. It's like first condition would be that Michael is opening good
pretty good
or
opening
decent.
would be like one. I think it's Ice Bell plus like a Sanctum or Barrier already is a great opening, and any other traps will help as well. I don't even know how much cards Max is playing. I don't. Is it like a 60 card deck? It might be like a 50 something deck.
But also, like we saw in the main event,
So
much more. Okay, so
what
he
do
has
we
a
have?
Book of Eclipse, which I like because you can use it for the OTK, because I think the Fire Fusion is also inflicting piercing damage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. What I don't like is that he's using already terraforming for deck thinning, because he will have now the other field spell dead in his hand. At least he could bluff it with the terraforming, a Sanctum or something. Now he won't be able to do it. So he's gonna normal summon it to grab himself another invocation. I think he already has one in his hand.
So again, not that good of a start for
No.
Michael, because does he have any real traps? I don't think so.
Only Book of Eclipse.
And you don't want to use like.
What is the other monster? It's another Alistair.
It looks like that,
oh
yeah.
wow, he just starts with fusions and Alistairs all the time. So I don't think he can do that much here except for setting the Eclipse, and he can fusion summon for the Dark One and recycle the Alistair.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure what it is doing exactly, the Dark Fusion.
How was it called? I just don't even know. It's a level 4.
Well, we could see it now from Michael, the Dark Fusion. Yeah, he's thinking about it.
At least he's able to cycle with his cards then when he's fusion summoning for him, but I'm not quite sure what the effect of this card
Okay,
is.
so invoked Kaliga. If a player's monster effect attempts to activate, none of that player's monster can activate their effects for the rest of the turn while this card is face on the field. So just one activated monster effect per turn.
Oh, he's getting Retaliating Seed.
And each player can only attack with one monster during each
So
battle phase.
he has to banish his entire resources.
Like banishing both Alistairs and the invocation.
Yes, which is really unfortunate.
I mean, you can now say like it's okay-ish because he has another fusion in hand. But still, it doesn't look good at all. Now I think he has to set face down the Book of Eclipse.
Yes, definitely, and I think he will pass this turn. The stats of Caligula are not that great. I'm surprised that he's actually playing it in his extra deck. I've seen a lot of builds not even considering to play Kali Yuga at all. Usually,
I mean, the effect is, it's alright, but you don't have that often the chance or the opportunity, like, or you don't want, actually you don't want to just like banishing 2 Alistairs or using 2 Alistairs for
yeah, it's
summoning
usually if you're playing against some other dark decks like BA or something that you can banish some crucial BAs from the graveyard. But usually you're just skipping him and adding some other synchros or other fusions that you would like to prefer, like Mechaba, which is usually played like in 2-offs or 3-offs. The Raideen, who is a pretty good card, as well as the Megalanica, who is usually used to interrupt the zoo plays. And the water one is actually really great against Paleozoics because they usually don't have that many outs against him, and he can just beat them down from there on.
Okay, and there's the Twin Twister, discarding Farlight,
I think
and
he's gonna
destroying combination. It's interesting that Max decided to play kind of huge Zoo Engine, because we saw a second problem in extra deck. Here he discarded the Furrow Blade. He gets another
I think this is the
Cold
reason
Driver.
why he was not doing that. This is why he was doing this Bow Baboon play. I think he's playing much more Zodiacs in his extra deck as the regular builds playing with Metal Foes and Zeus. So he's gonna just attack over Kali Yuga and gonna go main phase 2 for the barrage play.
Okay, special summoning Tiger Martyrs. Using the effect to summon the next red. Probably goes all the way with the black sheep. It looks like that.
I don't see that many plays that Michael can do, because the problem will be in the end when he's trying to activate his field spell, it's gonna get just blown by Trident and he won't have any follow-up plays.
Well, I mean, what could he draw potentially to get back in to the game? Like another Alistair?
Another option would be if he actually draws the Ice Bell to get the attention to her.
Do we know that he's playing that? Because we didn't see any.
We didn't see them, but which would be an option, because usually they are quite good fit. And when he was sitting down there and testing the deck, I saw a Glass Bell.
Okay.
When he was shuffling, so I think he's playing the engine. He was just not lucky enough to see any of the cards.
Yeah, we will see what's going to happen. So he decided to destroy field spell
Already.
I mean, it seems alright, because otherwise he would be in a kind of weird position. If Alistair's coming down immediately, he would have to use it on the field, but it doesn't do anything. So, makes sense, in my opinion, to destroy it already, because he has another material for Trident.
Yeah. So I think his turn will end here, and he... What did he draw? Trap?
Sure.
What is a trap?
Can't see it.
It might be barrier again? Or... I don't know.
Looks like a strike.
Yeah, I think so as well. That won't help him here. I think he's gonna destroy it with Trident
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So he's already giving up. I think he's like already like complaining. So he does not have any Alistairs in the graveyard anymore. He might want to set both cards. Maybe somehow his fusion spell is gonna get into the graveyard so that he come back. Maybe getting twisted.
Yeah. Well, the question is,
Is he gonna live next turn? I don't see it right now.
I mean, Max doesn't have that much yet, but Michael just have like absolutely nothing.
Yes.
He just checked the fusions if he could summon one of them with the invocation.
But he doesn't. He cannot. He's just setting the strike, I think. Or does he want to bluff? Yeah, he wants to bluff one card as well.
Well, this one it looked pretty obvious that it's a bluff. Just like if he had to
fought
read
so
the
long.
card again, sure he could like try to give his opponent the information that he doesn't know the card, so it could be a bluff and then it's not. But as you said, if he's playing the deck the first time,
Yeah, it's the first
it
time
looked
he's playing
kind
the
of
deck at all.
obvious that it's not a real threat for Max.
Too bad we didn't see any great openers from his side. No artifacts, no Wind Witches, so he had no power plays.
And now we see Pharaoh Baboon getting into the mix. Probably going to sound like a break sword, something. Getting rid of the other back row, which isn't... okay, so he's going to use eccentric on one of the back row, then going to sound breaksword for the other one,
So he
and just push for game.
yeah, he knew that the other one is the bluff.
Just for being sure, he's going to use the effect, destroying the fusion.
And oh, he's destroying both of them. Now the invocation is live, but I don't think that it's gonna matter. Is the other face down a full Metal Force fusion?
Not sure. Could be.
Yeah, here's barrage as well. He's going to destroy the barrage itself to reattach it to Trident here.
So we have 2, 4, 4, 8, 6, 8, and that's game. That's it. So
That's it?
Max takes it.
Oh, there's the next one. Next card would have helped him.
So Max takes it for ordinary Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, they won the team war, Grand Open Team War in Cologne.
Do we get them up here, or?
I think so. I'm going to get them. About the match, I think there's not that much to say.
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided. So Michael had no power plays. I think Metal Perlay had much better hand both games, so there was nothing to do for him here.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to grab, I think, the whole team that played, so you can do like a short review of them, and then afterwards, with no delay, grand final of the Grand Open Cologne 2017. So stay tuned.
So we are back with the winners of the Team Wars with Team Ordinary YGO. So how do you feel after your successful victory here on the tournament as a team?
It was really intense. We lose the first game. Johannes had bad luck. When it's his for game. Then Dave won also a close match 2-1. And then I have nuts and he has nothing.
We saw your game. Michael had nothing. He had no power plays. You had all the power plays, all the outs. So how do you feel with the win? So
I think it's good because we have very bad tiebreaks. Johannes was 18th after Swiss. Tiebreak victim, yeah. And so I think it's deserved.
So nobody of you got to the top 16, but you were able to win over the Team Wars at least one event.
It was really close. We were second place by the team fights, and we had 1 point more than Legacy Card Gaming. So I think it's a really good idea to do something like that.
So which decks did you play all? Did you play the same deck or?
Metal for Zodiac, and I played another version with 5 cards less. Yeah,
it was pretty interesting. You had a really large count of Zodiacs in your main deck. It was less a Metal Foe Zoo, it was like a Zoo Metal Foe, I think.
No, it's more Metal Foe, but we decide to play not 1 barrage, we want to play 3, because when you go second, you always need a barrage to make plays. And so we decide when you open with 1 then more Zodiac, it's always good to have the 1/6 guy in your deck that you can discard 1, get a new draw, and make more combos. Also, it's really good to have a 2/8 beatdown. For some matchups. For example, I played against Raphael from CCG in the rounds, and I could use a Reptile and 4-blade to make a monster with 2/8 and just kill his monster.
So, do you have anything else you would like to tell the audience, or?
We're very happy with the prizes because I had to give away my shirt. So,
okay.
So we have 3 news. I created 1 for 3.
Great.
And shout out to Marvin Weber, Rusty Adler, Julius Schürhoff,
Imran
Khan Janu,
the other team members.
Team who couldn't be here.
Yeah.
So we could have actually went in with a second team.
Yes.
So, but I guess for the next tournament we can go.
Okay. Yeah, I wish you good luck for the next tournaments, and let's see how the final will turn out today. So that's from our side, and we will see you back in a few moments at the finals.